the last video, we walked through the initial setup of the application planner. Now, we're ready to start planning applications. But before we dive in, let's take a quick look at the calendar feature. It's directly connected to the planning process. When you enter the Applications tab of TurfCloud, it will open to the Planning tab within this section. The calendar in the upper left of your screen will always default to the current date. If you need to create application plans for future applications, or need to log an application retroactively, select the desired date on the calendar before proceeding to the next steps. Various graphics are shown on the calendar to signify the selected date, current date, and dates with an associated application. So, are you ready to make your first application plan? Great. First, we'll start by selecting an area to assign the application to. Select this from the drop-down menu directly below the mini calendar. Next, select what equipment will be used to execute your application. Will your application be recurring? If yes, check the Repeat this application box. If not, you can leave this blank. You also have the option to note any target pests if you'll be making a pesticide application. We recommend adding this when applicable for data keeping purposes. There is also an option for additional notes. This can be used to communicate tank mixing instructions, areas the applicator should skip, additional equipment details, and so on. Next, you'll choose your applicator from the menu of available staff members. If an individual isn't showing, remember to add an applicator's number to their employee card in the People section. Lastly, you'll have the option to choose which course the application will be taking place on, if applicable. This is useful for TurfCloud users sharing an account for multi-course facilities, athletic facilities with many fields, or large commercial campuses with distinct areas. Once you've added a new application, it will appear in the planner to the right under Added Applications. This is where you will add products, additional information, or make changes. Select the pencil icon to open a saved application. You will now see additional cells to add or adjust information such as number of tanks needed or editing the default coverage area. At the bottom of the page, you'll find where you can enter in product information. This can be done by searching the product name or by the manufacturer. Once a product is selected, add in the additional details for your desired application rate or the product quantity needed. TurfCloud will automatically compute the necessary amounts needed per tank and how much you will use for the full application. This data is stored and tracked in the Reports section. You can add products either by rate or by total quantity per tank. If you add by rate, the quantity of product will be calculated automatically for you. If you choose to add by quantity, the rate will be automatically calculated for the quantity of product you entered. You can also choose to display the units of measure for total product in two different ways. This can be chosen by clicking the Settings button on the top right of the application records. By default, units are set to display in decimals like 1.5 gallons or 10.25 gallons. Alternatively, you can choose the Hybrid Units setting. This will display units in easily measurable quantities like 1 gallon plus 64 fluid ounces, rather than the default setting of 1.5 gallons. If a product is added by mistake, simply click on the trash icon to remove it. Likewise, if an entire application was added in error, select the trash icon to delete it from the planner. Once you've completed all details of an application, you may select the printer icon to save a PDF and print for physical use, share with others, or store the file outside of TurfCloud. If you've created an application but saved it to the incorrect date, adjusting it in TurfCloud is easy. Select the Copy Move Applications button at the top of your screen. Next, select the date range that includes your desired applications to be moved or copied. You'll then choose which applications you'd like to change and what date or date range you want to apply them to. Lastly, you'll choose the Copy or Move option before saving. When you're working with your local Harrell's representative, you have the ability to import programs they've created for you into TurfCloud. Additionally, general programs developed by the Harrell's Directors of Agronomy are available for use. Once your application is selected, choose the desired date to apply it to, the application area, and equipment to be used. Once all your selections have been made, click Import to save.